Do I need a headset? Hello, hello. You say I'm live? I don't feel like I'm live. Okay. Is the market? Hey, this headline's a little drastic, Aaron Bree. It says the market's crashing, but is it really crashing? All right, we're live. Market is selling off a bit in the after hours at the end of the market today. We had FedEx. Let's wait for a few more people to gather. This is Jason Raznick filling in on Benzinga Live. Why the market's crashing. We're gonna have a few more guests in. Michael Murray's still here. He's carrying a bag. Is that your bag of answers of why the market is moving? Could you come over here, please? Um, you're going to the gym. So how could you go to the gym at a time like this?
Why? Because I think better when the blood is flowing.
Let's see. Can you get in here for a sec?
Yeah.
So I don't see. Oh, there you are. Okay. So you're going to the gym. So where are you? Over here. So let's see the muscle. Are you been working out pretty good?
Dude, yeah, my arms are actually pretty big.
No, you got to. Yeah. Okay. Go. Okay. So do you have any idea why the market's been selling off? Do you have any take for tonight? Because like my colleague's account over there was up $42,000 at 2 p.m. today, and then it closed down $68,000. And do you have any idea why that is? What's your take?
I think it's loss taking, right? Markets are on a risk.
Loss taking, profit taking.
Profit taking. Yeah, profit taking. That's the
Profit
word. Yeah,
profit taking.
Profit taking.
We do a little bit of translation here on the Benzinga closing bell here. I think there's profit taking, but is it also anything else you could think, Michael? You're a regular citizen. How do you see the economy these days?
Well, I mean, it's an interesting environment because we're going into an election year, which changes a lot of things. I think there's a lot of prop ups that we're looking to add to the economy from our government. And then, you're looking at stuff like the geopolitical uncertainty. That's still always going to be a thing. And I think people are starting to sell off, not just because it's profit taking because the markets have been up, but it's also the holiday season. We have higher levels of debt than we've ever had before. I think a lot of people are having year-end expenses. And with mortgage rates the way they are, people are starting to save for houses. And I think people are profit taking so they can save up for down payments on homes because of the mortgage environment the way it is.
That's interesting. Tommy Cotter, who's in the office, I know you have this on at your desk. Can you hear my audio here? Oh, yeah. Okay. We can. All right. So thank you, Michael, for the appearance on the mortgage rates. We appreciate it. I also think there's a few other things at play. FedEx had troubling earnings. I don't think FedEx troubling earnings is a barometer of the economy. When you drive through a neighborhood, you see an Amazon truck. They're everywhere. I think FedEx has been hurt by that. I think it's not systemic to the worldwide e-commerce numbers, but the counter to that is, if you think about it, the retail sales over the last 2 weeks were lower than last year. So now here's the question: are people saving up for the last minute to buy at Christmas, or are people hurting more? Is there less cash to be spent? And crypto. We're talking stock market right now. Crypto, as you guys probably know, I'm big in, but we're talking the stock market. The stock market has been on fire, literally on fire. My portfolio, I've never seen the market the way it is, but we're talking straight. Okay, we are bringing our resident guest in. Wow, you're in the office, Aaron Bree. Wait till you guys see who we have on. Can we get the editor put on the other video? Here we go. I don't know if there's music to that. I don't hear what the headphones do. I don't. Okay, so that's not good. We got to fix that. We have Tommy Cotter here. Okay. And Corey, that email that Rushlow was working on, it wasn't great, so he's redoing it. Okay, so if you wanna call in and share with what you think why the market is selling off in the after hours and at the close, call 248-766-0000. Yeah, so Cybertruck, that this is true. And is it an overreaction to say why is the market crashing? I think it is. I didn't put this title, and this is the Aaron Bree title. This was the Aaron Bree title about why the market is selling off. And what? Go ahead. And if you want to hear my interview with Kathy Wood, who predicted the crypto market like what's this double echo, like no one else, because I had her on my show about 3 months ago and crypto was at 22,000 or something, it's literally gone to 40,000 straight. And everything she said is what happened. So
Where's
yeah.
IT? All this shit is still here.
Aaron, I can hear you talking from over there. So
Oh, so this mic is this mic working?
yes.
Check.
Yes.
All right. Good to know.
Okay. So I want to get into charts. I want you to start sharing some charts and show some after hour movement, Aaron.
Test, can you still hear it?
Yes.
All right. So we got to mute this one.
We need to talk about the VIX. Like if you go to benzinga.com on the front page, we have VIX index at 3-year lows. Does Wall Street's fear gouge foresee a 2024 stock rally? See, that's the real question. I mean, I think right now you're going to see, like, it all depends the morning, what happens in the morning, but you're going to see people taking some profits. I did sell 2 equities today that I bought 2 weeks ago. I mean, I'll tell you, because more rates were falling, I loaded up on a couple mortgage stocks and I sold the entire. Oh, Corey's leaving. So she's not in for the show. So, Corey, you're not in for the show? Why? The echo, Aaron. Come on. This is not working. All right. Let's go. Get the chart showing. What are you drinking? Let's go.
Test. Oh, there we go.
Okay, let's go. Show them the charts. Let's share your screen. This is up. Corey's leaving. She's really upset right now because the market is sold off, and she's been buying in hardcore on Monday and Tuesday. Procter & Gamble and CVS, and they're selling off. And she's new to the market. We have a new show called New Investor to the Market, and she's right now down 2%. So she just left. She was a little upset. Okay, Aaron, can you show your chart?
Yes, sir.
You know what, Aaron? I'm going to hit the thumbs up, even though I don't think we're delivering the value we should yet.
Well, here. I'm getting the Benzinga Pro pulled up. If you guys haven't checked it out, pro.benzinga.com. Free 2-week trial. No reason not to check it out. All right. What stock do you want to look at first, Jason?
You pick it.
All right. Let's start with the S&P 500 to see. We're going to go to a daily chart on the S&P 500. Take a look at what's been going on here. Jason asked me, why do I think the market is selling off? At first, I think first of all, I think you can there's always going to be some healthy profit taking. All right, YouTube, please don't ban us for this. Anytime you have a rally like this, I mean, if you look at where the S&P 500 was at on November 1st, less than 2 months ago, we were at basically 400 flat, up to 470, right at all-time highs. There's probably going to be some profit taking, probably going to be some sort of a sell-off, a healthy pullback. I don't think this is a sign like, oh my God, we got to sell all our stocks just because the market went down a little bit today after it's gone basically straight up the past 2 weeks. Jason earlier, of course, mentioned the FedEx earnings. This is what's so great about Benzinga Pro. I can just go straight to FedEx and look at everything I need to know about the stock right here. News headlines. Why is it moving? Oh, who's this?
Keep going. Come on.
So you have FedEx's stock closed down more than 12% today. Again, in Benzinga Pro, you've got the news headline right here. Why is it moving? You have the chart if you want to look at that. We're going to go to our news feed and look at some of the top headlines from FedEx today.
I love how you put in the description today's guest, Aaron Bree.
Well, I got us live real quick. I'm going to update the description right now.
You're good. Hey, if you're in here, could you hit the thumbs up so our other people can find out about it? But we got Michael Jordan. So yeah. So here's what I'm going to tell you, Aaron. I've been very good at I've been good with my market calls the past 3 years on not exact timing, but pretty close. Some of my biggest calls I ever made. Here's what I would say. When you don't want to buy and the market's down, that's when you should buy, right? And so right now it's been easy. The market has gone straight up. So of course there's going to be some selling, of course. What we need to look at is if it's going to be a 2-day sell-off, 3-day sell-off. But if you have stocks that have gone up 60%, 30% in the last 2 weeks, take some stuff off the table. Take some stuff. I hear you. One of the persons in the chat messaged me in the Benzinga Pro live room right now and said to me, well, I don't want to pay tax because I have such a big gain. Here's the problem. You also don't want your stock to fall 40%. So look at the numbers, look at the PE ratio, look at the fundamentals. If you believe that growth is extremely ahead of it. Like I own Google, I own HubSpot, where I believe those two companies are going to still grow. So I buy when it sells off, and I don't usually sell the stock. I did HubSpot a long time ago at the 440 range, or maybe no, it was higher, like 5, and then I bought it back like at 340. And so sometimes you can market time, but if these are companies that you believe in and they have strong fundamentals, don't lose your conviction. You have to realize, I read this book, Elon Musk. It's called Elon Musk by Ashley Vance. Many years ago, I read it. It changed how I invest for the rest of my life. I realized companies are a collection of people that can build amazing products. So bet on those ones. Bet on those companies. But I'll tell you some stocks that were up today that I own, Aaron. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Coinbase, COIN. That's Coinbase. And then, what's up, dude?
I was going to say, talk a little bit more into the mic.
And then Aaron Thomas has showed up. And then GBTC. I don't know what Aaron's showing us, but GBTC, he just shows up and he holds up a bag and thinks that's like, oh yeah, okay. And the GBTC, that's the crypto Bitcoin. Okay. I own both those. We're up today. We are up. And it's a hedge. I don't just buy tech. I own Pfizer, which that was my one down stock. But the reason I own Pfizer is part of the Lilly NVO trade. I'm up so much on those because of the weight loss stuff. And when you think about the weight loss stuff, Pfizer has failed in that area. That's why that's down, but I still own it because the dividend is decently high. And I feel like I don't see it getting to 25. I own a lot of Pfizer. Still down today. Someone asked about your thoughts on POL today, Aaron.
POL, let's take.
But NASCAR all out. Will you hit the like button, please?
Wait, why did this? POL, we're looking at.
Yeah, I need NASCAR all out to hit the like button. Thumbs up.
Oh, polished. Okay, so I did see.
Thank you, NASCAR.
So polished closed down.
So funny. He said, "What is the tweet called now? Is it called an X? Like if you tweet, it's is it X?
They're just calling it them posts.
They're posts.
Posts.
What, are you making that up? Or
no, that's what Elon Musk calls them now. Posts.
Okay. So
polished acknowledges recent trading activity. Let's see. Today released a following statement. In the view of unusual market activity in the company's stock, the New York Stock Exchange to contact the company in accordance, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, whoa. Oh, my God. Okay, so never mind. Polish is down 25% after hours. Today, the stock closed up more than 600%. Do you see this, Jason? I mean, this looks like it was just like a crazy short squeeze.
what do you got? It can't be just a short squeeze.
Let's see. Polished stock Benzinga. I'm sure we've got an article on this.
Come on, you got to entertain the crowd.
All right. Polish.com shares climbed 77%. Gerald Hammond, a Polish.com shareholder, urged shareholders concerned about their investment in Polish to collaborate to increase the effectiveness of their actions. So either way, it looks like the stock, the company itself, has been contacted by the New York Stock Exchange about the unusual trading activity today. Again, closed up more than 600%. If you got in on this like midday and were part of this crazy run, let's take a look at the chart on the 10-minute. Then congrats. If you didn't, I would not be touching this stock up here after it already went up more than 600% today. I mean, you can see it. I mean, it went all the way up to over $10 a share and has since crashed back down to $5.70. So a lot of people that probably bought up here are down, 30, 40% on this. I don't have an exact clear answer exactly why this went up more than 600%, but there was a PR at 640. Yeah, I mean, but the news and the press release isn't something that would have caused it to go up 600% on its own. So definitely some unusual trading activity there.
Should I see if Mark Cuban wants to go live right now?
Yeah, reach out to some
we had
people.
Like Portnoy come live, and we had Kevin O'Leary. If we get to 100 simultaneous, I'll do that. Charlie Squawk in pre-market. Okay. So you could have bought that stock in the pre-market, Aaron.
Would have been good to know. Yeah, I mean, would have been good to if I was on my Benzinga Pro that early, then I would have seen that news come across my desk and maybe made a purchase. Another stock that made
like my daughter Riley, she gave us Microsoft way back when because Xbox and stuff, and then those games. The one I like, INSG. It's the
no, it's
Canvas.
INST.
INST. I like it. Hasn't moved that much, but it reminds me of my trade in Carnival Cruise Line and at Royal Caribbean.
Well, I think we started talking about INST, Jason, when it was at Orlando Bravo was a big investor, and we started talking about it probably a year ago at 21, 22. It's up to 27 now, so it's not doing poorly. But yeah, that was one of the reasons we liked it, was that when these schools start using Canvas in this program, it's high switching costs, so they're not going to very easily switch, and then the company is working with governments themselves for those contracts in state funded schools, so it's good business model.
Yeah, and NASCAR All Out said the run in this stock, this POL, is similar to VVOS, Victor Oregon Sandy.
Yeah, this is Vivos Therapeutics.
Yes. An early PR drop that 10x the next day. So you guys see it in the chat. So that's what he's looking to see, if this is going to be similar and take advantage. I mean, how nice would it be to get a 200% gain?
Love it.
Could you imagine?
Would love it.
NASCAR All Out, put like 200,000 in it,
and then you're set for life.
It's 2 million. NASCAR, if you can turn 200,000 into 2 million, are you like getting out of the market? Are you going to buy more? What are you going to do?
So I do think with these, I would never touch these small caps that
I was told I need to sit up straight. I'm slouching.
I would never touch these small caps once they're already up, more than 100% in a day or whatever. But if you want to take a lotto ticket on one that's running midday and knowing that it can keep going, then that's one thing. But
by the way, that's an interesting way to put it, a lotto ticket, because people do go buy lottery tickets. Like it's over 300 million, 400 million. You go buy a lottery ticket. This is like a lottery ticket. If it hits, it has a better likelihood to hit than winning a lottery. So it is an interesting way to put it.
I think the Powerball is at a decent amount right now, actually. Oh no, 570. Maybe it's
so if the Powerball is 200 million, it's not enough for you, Aaron?
No, I'd only buy a ticket once it gets in the billions.
Oh, okay. I
understand.
So, the water coolest. Thanks for stopping by. He wants to know what or he or she, we don't know. They want to know. Jake told me I'm better here. He wants to know what our thoughts on Nikola. Will they make a car in 2024? I wonder what Jake's favorite stock pick is. What companies? Jake is he's a high schooler, and what are they?
Who's Jake?
He's on probably Snapchat. I missed the rally in Snapchat. It was at $6. I think it's at $17 now. Riley does you use a Snapchat. Why didn't we buy Snapchat?
I've been talking about Snapchat. And first of all, I mean, Snapchat's only at $17 right now, I believe, and at one point was like an $80 stock. So if you like it, I mean, and you like the long-term story, I have some thoughts on Snapchat stock, and I was buying it down at $12, so I've been rewarded nicely on that. Riley's asking about I do need to, we'll talk about that in a sec. But someone's asking about Nikola. Let's take a look at Nikola. Will they make a car? Trevor Milton, the founder of Nikola, just went to prison or got sentenced to prison for fraud. I mean, look, this is an 88-cent stock now. Nikola, I would. There are other EV companies, small EV companies that I would take a stab at. I would buy Fisker stock before I would buy Nikola. Fisker already, I think, has cars. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it. The stock's down at 140, but there are other.
What about that three-wheeler?
FUV. You're talking about Arcimoto.
Arcimoto, yeah.
Arcimoto.
Can you zoom in one? You got to zoom in. Aaron, what do you think these people have? Microscopic lenses?
This is
this is crazy, Aaron. Come on, zoom in a little bit.
All right, here we go.
Arcimoto, what's it at? I can't see.
Arcimoto, it's at 73 cents. It's at 73 cents a share.
Jeez, okay.
I know all these small EV. I mean, look at this chart. Look at Nikola's chart. Look at Fisker's chart.
We are gonna bring on Sandy Monroe, who's the mover of Tesla. He did the whole Cybertruck. There's a Cybertruck in Birmingham now. Don't want to say who.
Wait, is this the actual water? Is the water coolest in the chat right now?
Stop. Stay off that for a minute,
okay?
Yeah. Okay. Now FedEx. Do you think FedEx will rebound?
FedEx, yes. I mean, over time, FedEx is such a massive company. So you said that you don't agree that
Because NASCAR All Out gets our attention. We answered the question on Nicola. Okay.
you
But I don't agree on what. Go ahead.
that you would view FedEx as a barometer for the economy.
Yeah. So what's it down right now? Can you give me a little zoom?
It's down 12% today.
So it's really funny. Last night when I drove into our neighborhood and I saw an Amazon truck pull out, Aaron, I'm like, maybe I should short FedEx. I literally thought that. Okay. I didn't do it, but I thought that. I see the Amazon trucks everywhere. I'm going to tell you, I haven't seen a FedEx truck, even though FedEx has the best logo in the world. FedEx,
the little arrow in it.
You knew that? Hold on. Guys, do you know where the arrow is? Don't say it. Do you know where the arrow is in the FedEx logo? And it's trying to resemble speed. And it is, when I was doing the Benzinga logo, I kept trying to put the arrow in the Benzinga logo. It is unbelievable. We have an associate here, Aaron Thomas, who has a Verizon bag in front of him. He has a check mark, but FedEx has the arrow like speed. Okay, so here's my take on FedEx. Do I think FedEx will rebound? I do, but the question is when. The question is when. I think FedEx has to go through some cost cutting. I think FedEx has gotten a little fat up on top, and they have to slim. They have to. What I'm trying to say, like, slim down the corporate balance sheet. You know, like
to pay down debt and
it just Amazon. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the thought process from the market is, okay, if FedEx's sales weren't good, that means that people weren't buying as much goods, they weren't getting as many things delivered to the house as they were the quarter before. Jason's point is that instead of the overall economy being less, some of that market share might just be going to Amazon, and instead of people using FedEx to ship their goods, they're using Amazon instead. So just because FedEx's numbers are down doesn't necessarily mean the overall like consumer spending has been hit. I don't know. I mean, I think, it'll be interesting, I guess, to see if UPS matches that or if Amazon ends up delivering more or less goods too. I ultimately wouldn't even be that worried about some sort of a minor slowdown in the economy right now, because the Fed basically already said if we do see that, they're going to start cutting rates. So I don't know where the whole like huge bear case would be on that. Could Amazon take out FedEx? Well,
yeah, I mean, by the way, to your point of the Fed cutting rates, if the economy slows down, it's basically buying puts or options on the market because there's a protective barrier. So if the market's at, say, 38,000, right? The market, if it goes down to 32,000, the Fed's cutting rates.
100%.
When the Fed cuts rates, you have less options for cash. So right now you have like, I don't know, $6 trillion on the sideline of cash that can go into the market. So that's why it's hard to sell your shares when there's so much cash in money markets right now.
I agree. I mean, I think like, no matter what you tell me the bear case is right now, I'd just be like, yeah, well, on the other side of it, we'd see rate cuts if that ends up being true. So someone in the chat asked, could Amazon take out FedEx? Amazon's market cap's 1.5 trillion. I think FedEx's is about 200 billion. Sorry, I went off my Benzinga Pro for a second there. So like hypothetically, Amazon could. I don't think they would, and here's why: is because Amazon already doesn't make that much money off of its. When you buy a phone case, I mean, think about it. When you buy a phone case off Amazon, it's what, $20, and it gets delivered to your door the very next day. How is that possible? Like, they can't be making that much money off of it for delivering one thing to your door. All right, yeah. So FedEx's market cap is 70 billion. So Amazon easily could, but I just don't think it would spend that much money to bolster its.
I got 2 or 3 problems with that. Okay,
what?
2 to 3 problems. One, Amazon has built a pretty good distribution network. Their shipping, their last mile delivery is actually outsourced to contractors. So I have a friend that she runs 41 Amazon trucks. So she has a business in Macomb Township. She has 41 trucks, and they get their delivery center and they take care of the last mile delivery. It works. With FedEx, you have W-2 people, you have, wow, someone swore, Dylan Slevin.
Uh-oh.
He must be angry.
But no, my point was that right now, I mean, Amazon, obviously it's bringing in a lot of money from its e-commerce, but it spends a lot of money on it too. That's not the side of the business that it really like makes a lot of its profits on. A couple years ago, Goldman Sachs, one of their analysts, did a valuation on Amazon and actually valued that part of its business at 0, but valued AWS at such a high number that he was able to say basically this is still a buy, even though they're basically running their e-commerce thing as just a whole. Because think about it, now they have customers for life because
Aaron Thomas is leaving. So he came in a little bit today, went to the Verizon store. Aaron, can you make an appearance? We want people to know who you are, so they know. Come on over here. The thing I was going to say is, do you think the FTC or whoever regulates it, FTCs, would let Amazon buy FedEx? That means you only have UPS, Amazon, and there's one other one. I forget the name. Aaron, they can't see
DHL.
Yeah, DHL. They can't see you, Aaron. You got to get in. This is Aaron Thomas. He's reading
Musk,
the Elon Musk book. He gave me a microphone to take home that I have to hold to do an interview. Doesn't make any sense, actually. So
have you never seen people like hold microphones in interviews?
Sure, but like
But it's for Josh, right?
11-year-old kid.
Yeah, why is that so hard?
Oh, someone in my betting group me just sent a bet for a guy because his dad was just released from prison after 30 years, so he thinks he's gonna have a good game tonight. Do we like that or not?
What are you talking about?
The Mavs.
Over.
Mark Cuban worked.
Mark
with
Cuban.
the Mavs in this organization to release.
Oh, I should get Mark Cuban on right now.
Yeah. So Dorian Finney-Smith, this guy who's playing for is he on the Knicks or the Nets? He's on either one of the Knicks or the Nets. His over, it's 6.5 points, and we're taking the over.
Aaron, that book changed my life.
I will read it.
Yeah, sure, but I did read it. I did read it. It changed my life. I'll be honest.
So again, just to wrap
why
up.
don't you change the format, the overlays, like on this thing? It just says my name the whole time under you.
To wrap up the question, I don't think Amazon would, because I don't think it would spend that much money on a side of its business that's already not its most profitable. I think they're just going to keep focusing on its growth drivers, which right now is AWS. And I mean, but Amazon's getting more and more in the content game too. I mean, that's why you're seeing Amazon Prime, Apple TV, all these companies spend so much money trying to get more live sports, because live sports right now is one of the only things that people will still watch live. It's basically presidential debates and live sports in terms of things that people
the
are.
Last presidential debate, Aaron, had bad ratings.
Really?
Yeah.
The like Republican primaries or the last?
Yeah,
okay.
Not presidential, Republican primaries. Rashid's here, but he's leaving too. So see you, Rashid. I finally stayed later than you. I don't know what he does here so long. He's at the computer. He was a workhorse, but he's leaving.
I was here from 7 to 7 the other day.
No way.
12 hours.
He didn't beat Rashid.
I did. I think it was on Monday. I was filling in for pre-market prep. Well, I don't know. He might have been here when I came in. But either way, I was here.
Probably here at 5. And
yeah.
5
to 9.
Yeah.
Okay. He instead of 9 to 5, he's going 5 to 9.
That's right. That's good. Okay, so NASCAR All Out. I got a couple more things, and then we're gonna end the show. Couple more things. So watch MS. Okay, and we'll go. We're gonna address Tesla in a minute. We have some serious news, but NASCAR All Out says watch MSGM. That's M as in Mary, S as in Sam, G as in Go, M as in Mary. Price action after hours is interesting. It's a former low float runner. Think a group is going to target a low floater tomorrow early pre-market. Hey, NASCAR, maybe you want to host a channel for us of these low floater, fast moving stocks. These are smaller cap stocks that I don't pay attention to as much. If in Benzinga Pro, you could maybe host a room for us and go live and do an audio squawk. If you'd want to do that, reach out to Aaron Bree at benzinga.com. I'll put out his email because we could use that help. Aaron Bree at benzinga.com.
And one thing I will say to your point now, NASCAR All Out. I'm not sure it's a sign of like a super strong market. Certainly not a sign of a weak market when you do see these 100% plus pre-market runners. But what I think it is a sign of for sure is just that people are out there willing to take on that speculation, willing to take on that risk right now for these low float stocks. So I do agree, because we've seen some of these now the past couple weeks. Whereas if you remember, like we go back like 3-4 months ago and the market, was still struggling. I go through the screener on Benzinga Pro every single morning. I would never see 100% pre-market gainers in there, aside from maybe a few biotechs when they released good news on a trial or something. But now you're starting to see them like every single day. So I think that is a sign that you're seeing these kind of speculative bets return, people willing to take on the risk of these small cap stocks. I'm fine with, taking a stab at them, as long as, again, they're just lottery tickets at the end of the day. So I wouldn't be, taking your last $1,500 that you have to pay rent with to go buy some of these stocks pre-market. But if you wanted to say, hey, I'm going to spend $150 on some of this Motorsport Games Inc. tomorrow, and then it runs 500% like Polish shares did today, then great. Then you made some good money. But yeah, I mean, that's basically, my thoughts on that. Real talk, does UM win the Natty? I think Bama's going to win that game outright by probably, I don't know. I'm going to take Bama in that game. I don't know what the line is right now. Sorry.
I got no comment. All right. Let's go to the big issue.
Wait, why do you have no comment? Are you like not allowed to talk about it or something?
I mean, I'm a big Michigan
I
guy.
know, but do you not feel great about the game?
Know some of the players. I'm rooting for Michigan hardcore. I think it's a tough game, but I think they can do it. I just think it's a tough game.
100% they can do it.
Here's the whole story. They got killed by TCU in the semifinals last year. They got killed by TCU. And so they did, okay? And they came back as revenge, and they want to get the revenge and show that they can do it. We shouldn't have gotten Alabama. It should have been like Washington. We have Alabama. Hopefully they're working and figuring out all these plays. I believe in them. They got to have the passing game on. They got to be explosive. It can't be straight running.
Oh, I was wrong. Michigan's the favorite right now.
Yeah, you usually are wrong, but I think this next topic you are wrong on too.
Okay.
So Aaron Bree absolutely 100% equivocated. I don't know how to spell what I'm trying to say. Hates Tesla. Okay. Hates Tesla. Hates the stock of Tesla. I'm long Tesla. Aaron Thomas is long Tesla. That's the story. Aaron, what are the 2 or 3 reasons why you hate Tesla so much?
Well, I think it all comes down to, at the end of the day, Jason, I come from the, Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett school of thought when it comes to investing. And I just think it's overvalued right now, plain and simple. And people always say, and I know what you're going to say, oh, but Aaron, it's not a car company. You don't get it. Well, guess what? When 99.9% of the company's revenue comes from selling cars, it's a car company to me. So until it's not that, until it's making X amount of money from its solar banks or from these other things, and then you can actually tell me it's an energy company too, okay, great. But right now it's making, most of its money outside. Again, it sells carbon tax credits. So in that sense, it's a little bit diversified from just the car sales, but it's just value. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that Tesla should trade at a higher market cap than every other single car company in the world combined. That just, until that changes, I'm not going to be buying Tesla up here.
Yeah. One of the big differences, Tesla has made their business a subscription company in some respect, right? You pay a monthly fee if you want the automated driving. You pay for their high-end entertainment system. It basically is an iPhone on wheels, right? And at first, did you buy Apple when they introduced the iPod, then the iPhone? And that's where Tesla is at, where it can really dictate the direction of its company versus like the Ford, GMs, and Chryslers of the world that are Stellantis that have legacy systems in their network, 1 million dealerships where Tesla doesn't. They are able to innovate way quicker. I mean, think about this. They announced a Cybertruck and have 1 million orders. If they could get that production, they could have it sold. I mean, 6 years ago, I said, you'll see a Tesla in every parking lot. And the guy on our show thought I was crazy, Spencer Israel. And I think you see that. Now, to your point of the valuation being more valuable than all the car companies, I hear you on that. That's a point. But as people say, it's not just a car. It's this. And Elon Musk thinks it's the going to be the first. What did he say? How many trillion dollar company? $100 trillion.
Probably 10. I don't know. I mean, Apple's at 3 right now, so Tesla's slightly below 1 trillion, so about the third of the size of Apple right now. I mean, look, if I was in this already and had for a while, maybe I would try. I would be okay with the valuation, but it's more about just buying it up here that I would rather, see some sort of, forward PE 73, price to sales nearly 10. I mean, it's expensive by any metric you look at it. Of course, I don't think that should prohibit anyone from buying a stock. If you said this is expensive and had a high valuation, you would have never bought Apple over the last 10 years. You would have never bought Nvidia over the last 10 years, because all these growth companies are expensive when you're looking at these fundamental metrics. And I understand that. I just think Tesla is still right now a little bit overdone. Not crazy, actually. I mean, if it dropped another like 30, $40, I think it'd be a good buy.
I
think the Cybertruck's gonna flop though. I don't think it's going to sell as well as people think it is.
I need to go on eBay so I can get an earlier one.
You want one?
Oh my God, do I want one? Wait.
All right, so maybe this might make me change my mind. I thought like most normal people now are, I don't know.
I didn't say I was normal. Yeah, I just went on eBay. Cybertruck code, like what is it? You need a
the registration, the like pre-sale.
Yeah, Cybertruck. I'm typing in Cybertrunk. Jesus, Cybertruck reservation code. There we go. Okay. Wait, we got some news breaking here. We got some news. Let's see what's going on here right now. WTK, what just happened? WTK.
I don't know what that means. Maybe should we go to WTK? Maybe
WTK. Yeah, that's what it means. Oh my God. So I'm looking for my first 100 reservations. $14,000. This person has 83% feedback.
Someone's asking about the robo-taxi expectation.
Yeah.
I mean, someone I don't have it right in front of me, but someone did the valuation on that and basically said that Tesla would have to have like
I'm so confused right now. Aaron, share this.
You got to do it off your computer. I shared you the link.
No, I
oh, okay. Or send it. Oh, slide it to me. Okay.
I am so confused because I want to buy this right now. Go ahead. Go on the WTK. Go on the stuff. Let's get to this.
Well, the Tesla robo-taxi, someone did the numbers and basically said that Tesla would have to have like 70% of taxis in every major city for the valuation of the robo-taxi to like make sense right now. So it's basically, I mean, if you think that Tesla can absolutely change the whole taxi industry and take over 70% of that, then yeah, that could help out. I also, all right, what are we looking at? Cybertruck reservation foundation series.
This one says $3,200, and I could.
Is it way cheaper than all the other ones?
I don't know. I went on for 2 seconds. I haven't looked at all. I'm just saying, for $2,000 or $3,200, you can actually order a Cybertruck right now. It's saying.
Well, you can. I mean, look, this one has.
No, I can't. I'm like 200,000 from the line. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm saying you can buy this right now.
Unless it's a scam, is what
I was gonna say you can buy this because eBay actually, unlike a lot of other retailers, like you have actual good protection here on eBay if you get burned, especially if you use PayPal, I think.
So then what you're saying is I could buy a Cybertruck right now and have it probably in the next 3 months.
I'd have to look into this a little bit before I tell you, but I think if you put your credit card on this and bought this for $3,200 right now and it wasn't legit, you'd get that money back. Is what I'm saying.
Because I think I potentially do that and then donate it to maybe we'll do stuff at the show and give it away. Maybe we'll give it away.
I also don't.
It'll be a Benzinga giveaway.
Give it away. Isn't that Red Hot Chili Peppers? I saw them this summer.
I have no idea.
I also think the people overestimate or think that Tesla is going to be the only one with, self-driving cars and robo-taxis and all this, which I have a 2021 Toyota, and my car itself right now, I can put on like auto drive feature on the highway and it'll stay in the lane and the wheel moves on itself. So it's like if Toyota's already putting that out in 2021 cars, I think in a couple years, you're going to see some like really crazy technology coming out of Japan, coming out of some of these cars. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Tesla. They are for sure 100% the leader in that space and have been over the last 5 years when it comes to self-driving and all that stuff. But I think, anyone who thinks all the other companies won't have something comparable in the near future, we'll have another thing coming.
The Cadillac Escalade electric does have a lot of stuff like you're referring to.
Exactly, that's my point. It's just I think the competition.
I do wonder. I'm not saying you're wrong. I do wonder. Like Elon gives a lot away, and like how they built their system and all that. And I do wonder. I think there's going to be some network effect of Tesla. Like there's going to be something with a network effect.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be benefit. Yeah. So that's where I think.
And one, I mean, kind of what I'm thinking, and I don't really have a lot to back this up, but if you think about where Tesla's positioned itself against other automakers over the past 10 years, it's always been the most innovative one. So if all these companies are working on it at the same time, it would make sense that Tesla would want to be the first one to put out full self-driving or to put out all this stuff. I think Toyota's probably got the technology that Toyota's got right now probably won't be hitting the roads till 5 years down the line. I mean, I think Toyota and companies like that are gonna be a lot more conservative when it comes to rolling these things out. When you're talking about, people using these in their cars where they're transporting their kids and families, they don't wanna be causing accidents because the technology wasn't ready yet. Um, so, again, Toyota's probably got a lot of this technology that it's holding on to as it goes through more and more rigorous testing, and you're obviously going to have a lot of regulations and all this. But again, I mean, all these companies have been working on this for years and years and years. It's not like Tesla's the only one right now with any self-driving features.
Aaron, by the end of the show, or maybe after the show, I think I'm buying one.
All right, we'll figure it out.
I'm putting the item in. Like I went to the completed items on eBay. I mean, one person got it for $170, which makes no sense. But I'm gonna go.
All right, I gotta finish writing my newsletter now.
What's your newsletter?
Ring the bell. Go to benzinga.com.
How do you subscribe?
I'll drop a link right now in the chat.
Yeah, drop a link. I think I'm gonna get the Cybertruck. Why do you think it's gonna flop? You just think it's ugly as shit?
I think so far there's been did you see that video where the other truck had to tow it out and it couldn't make it up a hill, and then a Jeep made it up the same hill very easily. And I think people are seeing videos like that. I saw some stories that a lot of people were either canceling or trying to sell their reservations because they don't want it anymore. I think, yeah, I don't think the public perception on it's been great so far. I could be wrong on that. All right. Dropping the link in the chat for you guys to subscribe to Ring the Bell. It'll come out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern.
What's 8:30? Oh, the newsletter?
It actually comes out 9 a.m. Eastern.
Why don't you get it 8:30 for these people? So do us a favor. Will you subscribe to the newsletter? We came here. There you go. Subscribe. Give it away now. I can't give it away now because I don't have the Tesla yet, so I can't give it away.
It does look like, I mean, if you got hit by one of those things, the edges look super sharp. There's no way that would feel pretty good.
It would not feel pretty good, but so if I
wait, why do you want one? Tell me why you want one.
If I get it, I'm putting the black wrap on it.
So you don't. It's not like the metallic, shiny.
Yeah, the guy that I just saw online. Why do I want one? I don't know. I think it's badass. Then you're not this one right here is what I want.
You know what I don't get? I'm not saying this about the Cybertruck. I'm just saying in general. Well, actually, a couple things. I don't get why so many people and in the parking lot here at our office building in the basement, there's always 50 pickup trucks. And I'm like, why do so many people have pickup trucks just to drive to the office every day? It makes no sense. I would hate that. That was such a big car just to drive from your garage to the office every day.
People love pickup trucks.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying yeah. And then second thing, why anytime, Jason, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but anytime if I'm ever in the left lane on a highway going 85 and all of a sudden a car's coming up going 100 behind me, it's always a pickup truck.
Really?
Yeah, like a big Ford F-150 going 90 in the fast lane, flashing its lights at me. And I'm always thinking in my head, if I wanted to drive that fast on the highway, I wouldn't have gone with a pickup truck. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever had that experience.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I thought you were going 50 miles per hour in the left lane, and that's annoying.
No, I would never do that.
And why in the expressway, half the people don't have their lights turned on? I don't get it.
Oh, well, I mean, that is really dangerous. But the other thing I hate now is the newer lights when they pull up behind you, how bright they are.
Right there. Crazy. All right. Well, we came on to talk about a little bit market sell-off at the end of the day. We've had a long rally, many days, market selling off at the end of the day. We talked about FedEx's earnings. Not as strong as people were hoping. And we think people are taking some profits, a little nervous. And we'll see if this continues into tomorrow. We got to see continued selling to see where we're at. That's where it's at.
I'll tell you one thing. If the market is down again tomorrow, I will be buying. I'll be buying some of the dips on some of these stocks that I like long-term, whether that be Nvidia, whether that be Apple. I'm not going to tell you guys, actually. You can tune in tomorrow and I'll tell you which stocks I am buying. I mean, look, anyone right now freaking out because the market's, let's put it into perspective. Yeah, the market was down 1.5%. We're within 2% of all-time highs. So,
if the market's down 3% tomorrow, Aaron, I don't see you buying. I don't see you hitting the buy button. I see you getting nervous.
No,
Yes,
no,
you-
no, 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 no.
Why?
I
Why?
would love to see because I would love to get Apple down 3% tomorrow, buy some more of it for my long-term portfolio. I mean, I'm going to be holding these stocks for years and years and years. I mean, why do I care if it goes down another 5% right now?
Okay. The only thing we didn't do was bring on guests. Like we could have brought on Cuban or some people actively train. We didn't bring them on. We'll bring them on next time. This is our first time doing this in a long time. So we thank you for tuning in. If you want to see more of this, subscribe to that newsletter that Aaron put in the link on the Benzinga chat.
Yep, right here. Ring the bell and then just
check out the razreport.com, please.
Oh, that's a good point, Greg. He's saying that's why the pickup trucks are driving so fast on the highways because they're work trucks and the drivers aren't paying for gas.
Yeah, there you go. It could be. All right, check out benzinga.com and we'll see you guys later.